Dear viewers, welcome back again. The point has become the point. And our deliberate discussion is to look at the urban center. We always talk about Kampala. And all of us, we know, we cannot always go talk about only politics, but want to find a solution, exactly the state of this question. Why should we continue to suffer with the challenges of infrastructure in urban area? And basically with the key challenge of traffic jam. A number of views has been brought forward, but we are again happy to come back in this second session. Dear viewers of Smart 24, please pay attention and let us hear from Honorable Banyenzachi. We must come out from this situation. We have cities all over the world which have done better. You go to Kenya, Nairobi. You go to Dar es Salaam, Dodoma. The other 2 years ago I was in Dodoma. They were planning, they had a plan of how they are allocating part of the infrastructure development from Dar es Salaam to Dodoma. Some time back I was in Austria. I was able to witness how.
Let me first answer these things that put on board.
Okay, come on then.
First of all, I want to contest the issue of saying that Kampala doesn't have a master development plan.
A structured development master plan.
Man, when you are talking, I listened, brother.
It's okay. Come
I
on.
want him to put it clear.
I don't want us to go political.
Because development plans and whatever they are.
Whatever it is, there is a master plan.
So
here it is.
I'm even saying
because of the poor network here.
No.
I'm here a bit not fearing.
Yes.
It is 583 pages here.
What's the title?
Kampala Capital City Development Master Plan.
Okay, go on and then tell us. Give us your view, overview.
So,
go on.
These are about semantics. Whether you are going to use a strategic plan. Are we also going to call Uganda the National Development Plan a strategic plan? It's 5 years. It's a 5-year-old. There is also Vision 2040. There is a Kampala for plan. The master plan for Kampala feeds into here it is. Read it. Read it.
Read it. Honorable, this one I'm seeing it. It's talking about Kampala Capital City Authority updating Kampala structure plan and upgrading the Kampala GIS unit. It's a report of 2012.
Yes, but then there is even another one. No, yes. There is even another one which was launched on 29th September 2020, costed at 7 trillion shillings. In terms of
there's something I want us to streamline our discussion. Just allow me to moderate this.
Please, you are moderating,
yes,
but you are not.
Allow me to say this. We can accept that there are existing many and good technical documents. That one even we can come out from.
Look here, this is what we are talking about. Kampala structure plan and upgrading of the Kampala GIS unit. 2012. But then this is 2012. This 2020. Then there is launched a development plan for Kampala by Uganda.
Go on.
29th September 2020. It's on record.
It's okay, sir. Go on and give us your analytical view over this.
Which is costed 7 trillion Uganda shillings. Costed at 7 Uganda trillion.
Has that solved the problem?
I think I'm going to have a problem of submitting. You get? Because you don't allow me to submit.
I'm intending
I'm itching to give you facts. And I'm giving you facts. You get my point?
Okay.
Because with due respect to my minister, it would not right to say that in his ministry that he supervises, he's pretending over in KCCA.
Yes.
It has no plan. That is, let's have the facts right. The plan is there. You are saying the master plan is not there.
The plan is the big issue. Let's
there.
go on.
The infrastructure development plan is there.
It's okay.
You cannot tell me that they are developing these flyovers, Kitugum flyover.
There's a plan.
This in Zambia flyover.
I also agree
they are upgrading of these roads. The metropolitan Legway system.
I also agree
so
there's a plan.
all those things are being implemented in accordance to the plan.
Yes.
To the plan of Kampala Metropolitan City.
Yes, sir.
the Kampala capital city, to the plan of national development plan, to a plan of vision 2040. So the plan is there.
Thank you.
So, and this plan is costed. And of course, Kampala capital city is part of Uganda. You're not going to get all the resources, national revenue, and you deploy it to develop Kampala only. You are not going to get this 7 trillion to develop Kampala. That is, you are talking about revenue for 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Including, actually, if you exclude development partners, these loans and what, if you use local revenue for the whole country, all our taxes, you will need 4 years deploying all the resources all the taxes
Estimated 4 years.
all the taxes being collected in Uganda by all the taxes paid by Uganda to realize this master plan of Kampala. So we must also agree that the resources are limited. The only thing we can say, why are the resources limited? To bring into this issue, revenue collection within Kampala. My brother, Kampala is administered by opposition, headed by, you call Road Mayor Rukwago. That KCCA, whoever is there, but when you are there, you deliberate for the city. The issue of sabotage, I don't think it arises. I supervised Kampala for 5 years under Frank Tumwebaze, me myself. And whatever I was talking, whatever we are doing it for the good of the nation. Okay? But when impeached, I know. Rukwago will tell you my contribution. When even, I remember when he had his trivial wars with Musisi, and at one time Musisi was saying he cannot be a mayor, he cannot be sworn in. You get my, no, listen.
He was impeached in his time.
Wasn't he sworn in? Wasn't he sworn in?
He was impeached.
When Jennifer Musisi came and said that he can't be sworn in as executive director, the central government took position at that time and said, no, he will be sworn in. I remember making that proclamation. Okay? Leave alone that. That's why I'm talking about there was trivial wars. Trivial. And my friend Rukwago will testify to this. I think next time, call him. We have a debate. I have a debate together with him. We are colleagues. We are comrades. I put my foot on the ground to have this matter sorted. So when we are talking about the sabotage, I don't think there could be central government can sabotage the development within Kampala. Any development within Kampala is a credit to the central government. I'm not saying this because I'm an NRM, because I was a former minister. No, this is factual. And all the resources, the money that we are talking about, all this development that you have seen, the immediate money that was developed during Musisi's time, after the departure of Seya, was money borrowed from the World Bank by the central government, deployed in this country. These flyovers that we are talking about, this is Kampala Development Infrastructure Plan, money borrowed by the government of Uganda, the central government, the government, to develop the city. So the issue of sabotage here, what I may agree with is there is methods of work. Of course, some of our implementation programs have methods of work. I'm coming to that.
Yes.
The method of work, they have been contaminated by the populism politics. Populism politics on the part of the NRM itself, the government in power. Populism politics on part of the opposition, which is running. You get my point? Where you buy, you can say, like, for heaven's sake, why would we be having this border? We are talking about traffic jams. Why would we be having borders as the main public transport system in a city? And it's unheard of. It's unheard of to have border as the main public transport system. After border, you scale up. You go on these taxis. which are 12-seater, 16-seater, no buses, no railway system. Okay?
Why didn't the master plan establish that in place?
It captures this. That is why, for example, that's why, example, there is that program of Kayola bus. Okay? But again, when you are talking about that thing, now, no metropole shuttle system. We are using that railway. Actually, your report didn't capture that. How many people enter the city using the railway system? Because we have that Kawanu railway, which goes from Namambe to railway station, which is a small population. So our master kind of plan, our plan that we are talking about, the issue now which should be really very discussing is the implementation of the plans that we make. That's where the challenge is. How is the implementation? Huh? Can we review the implementation, whether we call it a strategic plan, whether a development plan, or whatever we make? Where is the implementation of that plan?
So what is your action point in this that you
I think the action point,
2 minutes as well?
The action point that we need to emphasize on this
yes.
is the action point we need to assign this is implementation. We normally say implementation of our plans. Implementation of Kampala Master Infrastructure Plan, implementation of the development plan, even 2040. So the implementation and to ensure the money, let me tell you, we have the money. We have the money to, well, though that we don't have enough, but we have the money to develop our Kampala. Where is the problem?
Have you appreciated this report that we are supposed to be having 1.4 trillion? And this is an independent report, not a political party report.
Yes.
And the funding per financial year.
Okay, thank you very much. You can see that 1.4 trillion.
Million compared.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You can see that 1.4 feeds, rhymes.
Talk about this gap and we'll come.
Rhymes with the 7 trillion I was telling you. So that is the plan. You can see the 1.4.
So now, which monies do we have?
Wait a minute. You can see that 1.4 per annum is rhyming with the 7 trillion I was telling you for the 5 years.
It's okay.
Okay. So, of course,
the funding
one of the issues
should
is
be accepted.
The revenue correction,
Yes.
which is the interference comes in both from the government, the populism, politics of populism, both from the opposition into their populism politics and NRM because of their populism politics. That is one is the fact. He's talking about these markets. Yes. Who sold the markets? Who brought it up? Those markets were sold during the late Seya. I was on it. Nakasero was sold at that time. Yes. Nakasero was sold at that time. Owino was sold at that time. KCCA market was sold at that time. In my view, I have no problem with that if at all those markets are developed, if they could be developed. Because you can see what is happening in KCCA market. It is going on well, private sector growth. If you are talking about development, we are private sector-led growth. If you go to, they had even the park. It was well, but except that there was some money. So the issue which you are having into this, the biggest problem, again, comes to corruption.
Conclude on that point.
Corruption.
We'll come
and who
back.
is the corrupt? This corruption cannot be apportioned to the NRM alone. Within the NRM, there are actors, very corrupt. I will not put my hand for them for chopping. Within the opposition, very corrupt actors.
I have a question on that.
There is an endemic problem of corrupt leaders,
on the issue of
corrupt
corruption.
implementers that we have and we have failed to tame. When we are talking about how much money is available, even the little that is being available is being squandered.
By who?
By those actors, both technical and political. They are sharing the carcass.
While you are Minister of Economic Monitoring, did you make some of those recommendations to catch up with the corrupt?
I am on record on that matter.
Thank you.
Before I was as a member of parliament, even when I was a minister. The only thing that when I was minister's colleagues and these colleagues were appreciating before I came in, and they were appreciating, I can assure you, the debate that happens within the cabinet, we even abuse each other. But because of the collective responsibility, when you go out, you come out as one government.
We should have got those seats.
Are you getting my point?
Yes.
So, and this one, we have failed to tame it. And who is to tame it? I cannot say that it is opposition, by the way. No, it's us in the government. Who is the IGG now? Betty Namisango Kamya,
Yes.
Honorable.
Yes.
Who, the former FDC person,
Yes.
the former, which was his party. So,
Yeah.
He's an NRM.
yeah, but
Just
now
to be clear, she's
but
an
now-
NRM.
But now, NRM. So you see, the issue of corruption, no problem. No problem. So the problem of corruption, you get my point?
Yes,
The problem of corruption,
Yes, sir.
who is to tame it? It must be the government in power.
The government.
It must, the zero tolerance that we talk in government as NRM must be zero tolerance. But if you are going to have corruption and you are going to have one small fish, you know, you pick this, we need to get to the core.
Okay.
Once we get to the core, then this implementation will. And also, we need to put the right people into the positions of
Fine,
responsibility.
we appreciate you, Honorable.
Not political appeasement.
Thank you, sir.
You get my point?
Thank you, sir.
You not to appease somebody to be such a technical job like ED, Kampala Capital City, Executive Director, bring a technical people, not a political appeasement. When we are talking about this event like this IGG, not political appeasement. When to some extent, when you're even choosing ministers, choose the right ministers who know what to do.
Are you making the recommendation the appointment authority?
He knows where he addresses them.
Let's I
hope he sees this.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank
Good
you.
enough.
Appreciate for that openness. Please continue.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Maybe we can make a step forward.
The appointing authority which appointed him was Director Operation
Wealth creation.
That one.
Operation Wealth
It's
creation.
the same person.
You have 5 minutes.
Yes.
Use your 5 minutes.
Yes.
Then we will come.
I beg to be protected.
Yes.
The same person which appointed him as the director in that regard is the same person who is appointing all these people. And I'm very glad to hear from him, the minister, and former minister. He knows where he's addressing that information.
Yeah, I'm telling the president.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, come back to the city and how it operates. I want to re-echo the voice of Honorable Kwera. Don't forget, all these people are appointed by the same person. The ED is appointed by the president. Right. All the 9 directors of the 9 directorates in KCCA,
Okay.
10 directorates, are appointed by President Museveni. All the ministers, the 2 ministers we have, are appointed by the same person. The RCCs are appointed by the same person. What I'm telling you, it is the same people who are trying to sabotage the operations. They suspend the law, the existence of the law, and they bring in illegal operations. Which illegal operations has caused KCCA amount of money to be compensated to people. I can highlight 3. When the enforcement of KCCA under the Director of Legal went and displaced the backed vendors of Butala in Indeba without any legal instrument, what came out? We are now compensating 12 billions. When Jennifer Mzisi went ahead to collect money, illegal money from the taxi operations, the 120,000 shillings from each taxi, as of now, the court has ordered KCCA to compensate 80 billions to the taxi drivers. When the Directorate of Revenue went ahead to correct money without any legal instrument, this is why you have seen the Lord Mayor crying for legal instruments. He went ahead to correct that money. When they went to court under the association work, KCCA is paying 13 billion. You have paid so far 7. Under the court orders.
Who pays that money?
That is KCCA.
No, sir.
And if you're talking of KCCA,
It's not KCCA that pays that money.
who is paying?
Attorney General's
No. It is under even
the-
our budget. I can show you. We have reserved the money
It's
for
okay, it's
compensation.
government.
You could be right,
Hey,
yes, you could be right.
We are reserving this money for
You could be
compensation.
right, you could be right.
So what I'm telling you,
Yes.
if you don't
Yeah, yeah.
apply, if you don't apply the law, the consequences will be of that nature. That you lose a lot of money in compensation instead of using that money for development. So coming to these infrastructures, like he was saying,
Which is causing traffic jam, causing an easiness.
everything, because we need the money. For example, he
and
said,
as you will be coming to that,
Yes.
we also want just to hint on the poor housing system.
I'll come there.
Yes.
Now what I'm saying, he was talking of compensation. Why can't we have the dual carriage? It's because of the poor planning. And this is why I was crying that we lack a structured development master plan. Someone can just
How
construct
would
anywhere.
you turn Kampala Road into a dual carriage?
Someone can just construct anywhere without any approved
Without
or
any plan.
Any plan. When you are working out the works, constructing a road, you cannot remove that person, even if it was constructed in a road reserve. You need
One
to
simple
compensate
question.
that money.
One simple question.
Let me come.
One
let me
simple
come.
question that before you forget. We have the law enforcement
Yes.
officers, and they are under your administration. Because you are the ones, I'm interested really to go into facts. They are the ones, if through your administration you say, go and demolish, like how we were getting somebody, they will demolish.
In his division.
What is causing that?
Let me tell you one thing. Very simple example.
Yes, sir.
We are in the fracas of the old tax park. You have heard of voices of political leaders, the Lord Mayor, the Speaker, the council, the councillors, all of us crying for an agreement which was made between KCCA, signed between KCCA and the private developers. Since then, the agreement has never been availed. This is the sabotage I told you about. This is what I told you about.
Let's give him time.
Who allocated that
Don't
land?
take us back, because
And
we
who
are
appointed
the
those
current
people
regime.
That appointed.
Do you want us to blame Obote?
No.
Mistakes of Obote?
No, even this.
Eh.
You see, the land board is appointed by road mayor, right?
Yes.
It is that land board that has dished out that land.
Do you know?
Just wait. And you, for a fact, Kampala has been in the hands of the opposition for the last maybe like more than 15 years or 20. You get? So the dishing of this land within Kampala is purely the administration of the opposition.
I'm
of the
talking
people who are in
this.
that district.
Let me tell you.
Received.
I'm telling you this. I'm a new leader at KCCA. However, I know things.
Yes, please.
The regime, which is suspected to have sold these plots, was in 2000.
Whose regime was it?
Let him
It was 2000. Me, I'm a leader of 2021.
Whose regime was it?
I'm telling you, of 2021. The land board which was there then is no longer the same land board which is here. That is why I'm advocating.
Even this.
I'm advocating for the new leadership of my perception, how I see things,
Yes.
not looking back what happened before. And two, let me talk about the infrastructure,
Even this
otherwise you are
leadership.
taking me back.
Briefly, just in like
Briefly,
15 minutes.
Honorable Kwera was talking about the compensation. We are receiving money from donor funds, the World Bank, the African Development Bank. And as we're talking now, we are having a number of infrastructures we are to be made, sponsored by African Development Bank. But the element of compensation, this is where I'm coming to. It is supposed to be done by the local government, the government of Uganda.
By the government.
Recently, we have been receiving road fund. We have been receiving 25 billions per financial year for maintenance of roads and whatever. The required money, as for us who are implementing these works, we suggested to government, at least if they could give us 50 billions. But do you know what happened to this coming financial year? Instead of the 25 billion which were given to us, they have deducted and they are giving us 12 billions in the next financial year.
A funding gap.
A funding gap.
Let us receive from Okwera also to give his submission
However, no, I have a however side.
Yes.
Much as all that is happening, we are glad to inform the people of Kampala that there's a number of roads which are going to be constructed, funded by African Development Bank. Before we end this program, if you could allow me to read through these roads, I can tell them. And people get to know
Please, you can.
that,
That's why we are.
That you are not
much as
sabotaging.
we have all these challenges,
Yes. You don't mean that if you can.
yes.
They're not sabotaging.
For example,
Roads are being planned.
we have the Wamara Road,
Airport,
which is 4.4 kilometers,
So,
Ruwafu Road,
yes.
which is 2.43, Kabega Road.
For rehabilitation or for construction?
No, for construction, reconstruction.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, we have not even talked about the crossovers which are
Okay,
constructed.
come on. Yes.
That one you see from Queen's Way is going to pass here where Electoral Commission is, actually even here, down here, at Useful Road, and then it connects to Karerwe. So we are having a number of roads, Old Mubende Road, Chigara Road, Lubaga Road, Bulange Junction, Kayemba Road, Old Port Bell Road, where he comes from. He was asking when is it going to be implemented. I think by end of April this year, it will be starting to be worked
Euro
on.
carriage?
Good work. Let's listen from one.
The width and whatever we will.
You summarize because
Then
of time.
8th Street is going to be worked on. 5th
Yes,
Street,
sir.
6th Street,
Okay.
Sapolo Kagwa, 7th Street, Muzito Road, Suna Road, Gaba Road, Kasubi. We have to complete from Kasubi to Northern Bypass. Queensway Junction is worked on, as you see. Chevando Ring Road, Chisas Ring Road 2, Mugema Road, Sentema Road, that's where I come from Bulange to Northern Bypass. So there is a number of roads which are yet to be constructed. However, this is the money
Yes.
we are getting from the donor funds. However, if the money collected here, local revenue, was utilized well, we would work on so many things. And actually, I'm sending this message to the government because I know Honorable, he knows where to take this information to.
Thank you so much. Let me first appreciate him. Thank you so much for the information. And tell the KCCA that they should come and partner with us in this program to tell the people how we can come out from the challenge of traffic
First
jam.
of all, that's not donor money. It is money for the government of Uganda. Borrowed, fine, no problem. But that money which is working
donor
on...
money. It's
No,
from
no, no,
African
please.
Government
Just
Bank.
wait a minute.
Okay,
I
give
think
us information.
Yeah.
Give us information 1
that
minute
money
and we will come here.
which is borrowed true from African Development Bank, from World Bank. My peasant in Rwanda County West, from Muko, the village I come from, will pay that money.
But what I can
Wait,
ask you,
when we are talking, I keep
Let
quiet.
him give us
Okay.
information.
So
1
that
minute,
is
please.
money
We will come
for the
on-
government
on
of
our
Uganda, for the people of Uganda. And secondly, sir, the bad government that we are talking about,
Yes.
that is sabotaging development in this whole city, why would it be the same government?
the
working
question is
on
what?
all
Aren't
those
you
roads?
asking me?
Okay,
The answer is
Because
one.
you need to be very
No,
Okay,
the
let
answer
him
is
answer
one.
you, but
Let me
after that,
answer you.
please allow
Yes. You
Okola to
asked
give
me.
his
Yes.
position.
I have told you
Yes.
that the required money to develop this system is 1.4 trillion. The available budget which is given to KCCA is 4.1 billion, not even half of the other money. Are you praising your
Thank
government?
you, Honorable Kwera. Come in. Let's allow Kwera to also give
Thanks so
his
much, Doctor.
contribution.
And
Thank you. You are doing very well, but it's very tough.
Thank you so much, members.
Yes, please.
Although I didn't mention the Mutungo Hero View Road, I don't know why.
Yes.
Doctor, thank you so much. About housing,
You have 4 minutes, 5.
yes, about housing,
Can you
allow me to appreciate people who have been doing a lot of work in housing. Those, especially the low-income earners, people who work in the markets, people who are borders, people who are doing simple businesses, but they end up constructing some houses, some rentals, something where to put on, where to reside. I appreciate them. And even those who are doing commercial houses, thank you very much, because we are growing from one level to another. My biggest challenge is the so-called people who come to help and end up agonizing the community, the establishment. For instance, with receptions. For instance, the government came and chased away people of Naguru Nakawa and Aguru people in 2011 that we are going to establish some housing and which we will end up taking over those who were existent. Up to tomorrow, the place is still vacant, and we are seeing that have begun petitioning to themselves, which we suspected anyway. Now, of recent, we had a fight in Mutungo, in Butabika, Kampala Road, where Madam Nakalema came and told people not to construct.
Constructing the road?
Not construct houses. You know, we have a challenge.
And planned houses or just not construct?
Already houses are there.
Yes.
He told people not to stop there.
Okay.
The challenge we have, some of these government officials, people have become too much brokers. Everybody is a broker now. A person comes and says, you are in a wetland. Nema is just in Kampala here. I don't know how many kilometers from Nakawa. From Nakawa. The ED Nema is there and the officials. The Ministry of Land is just near here. The Ministry of Water and the Nema, those is in Luzira. People can build houses and they're there for 20 years. A person comes after some years says, you are in a wetland. You're like, what? People have been there for 20, 30 years. There have been peace. So the challenge, one of the biggest challenges we have is the connivance of the so-called government people with the would-be investors. We always have the policy which we have in the businesses, willing seller, willing buyer. Why would you come under the pretense you are in a wetland, you are in a government land, so you live? People have been there for 20, 30 years. Even some of them, you want to chase them from the place. Where should they go? In the water, and then you want to chase them in the water? The same places you go to Luzira, you find that a private investor has built in the water in the lake. That's the same investors. My view is kind of try to do some research. Nakawa East, where I come from, is some parishes are near water. Butabika parish is near water, Luzira parish is near water, Luzira prison is near water, Bugolo parish is near water. The whole point is, how do we coexist with water bodies? Because all of us are supposed to coexist anyway. But you come and want to remove the low-income earners, but the private sector or rich people, you can build there. That's not a wetland, you build. But when a low-income earner is near water, it's not acceptable. That kind of misallocation or discrimination of allocation of laws, as people in the communities who have always accepted, who have always run away from it. Personally, I told Kauna Kalema when she was still the head of anti-corruption something, I don't know who's in the office, I told openly when I was there, it was going to capture the media, people, you build, this is your land. Build this your land. The reason is, we have seen people coming under the guise of that. That it's a wetland, they leave this place. I mean, do your research. Honorable Benson was affected in a Portobello. I know his business was affected. Yes. But people, was it
also in a wetland?
He will tell us. The whole point is, one of the things that the next government is going to do, is to determine which is a wetland and which is a wetland. Because the definition of a wetland, we don't have it. Okay. It's for next government.
Okay, thank
you. As a professor, Dr. TINDYEBWA.
Yes, please.
Kindly, people who have big offices, we are going to fight each other physically. Physically, yes. Yes, because this is gutter politics now. We are going to fight. Yes, that's a fact. Because when you come on the ground and try to misalocate laws, and you have substandards, you want people to live their pieces of land, their houses, yet you are bringing an investor who can't accept it. So anybody who's coming on the ground.
But now, before you fight, and possibly we conclude to that, you have the last word. How many minutes? Give you the last word. You also have the last word briefly. How many minutes? The last word.
But you know, you have been very unfair.
One word is conclude.
Yes. This is a warning to all those so-called investors who are coming with guns, with all those kind of scarecrows on the ground. You are going to find us on the ground. let us always coexist, either with...
In the wetlands? Because they are also fighting.
But I've told you that we have to coexist with water bodies.
Oh.
You don't have necessarily to be in a wetland.
Yes.
But if others are in the wetland, the private sector, you can just go and see.
That is a challenge. I don't know what the KCCA are planning. You come to
they are there in the water bodies. And then when somebody is building near, people who are built in the water bodies are rich guys. But when a low-income earner comes and builds, not in the water body, but this near, but near, he comes and says, please, for you, no. We can't accept.
You have the plan?
Honorable, I want us to
Whatever
appreciate that challenge without being parts.
Yes.
That what he's saying, let me say it and you come.
Yes.
What he's saying, the law of equity, we shouldn't, it should apply. We should not look at, while we are trying to conserve our environment within the city, the investors, they come and construct in wetlands,
yes,
and our citizens, when also they are trying to save themselves, to have where to build, and they say, okay, maybe it is the way to go. They come to build and they run after them. Honorable, you can give us your last word for
No, first of all, my last word, I've kept quiet, I explained myself. This is an intellectual discussion, very informed, not necessarily intellectual, but very informed. Yes. Like even here now, as I was trying to do my research a little, even KCCA itself has KCCA traffic flow control master plan. As we are discussing here, this is what would be, this should have informed us. Whatever it is here, my brother. Okay? So we have all these plans. And when we come here, let's talk to this kind of plans. Let's talk to these facts. Yes. Let's talk to this fact, this KCCA traffic control master plan, which is there. Let's talk to the Kampala development master plan, which is there. Let's talk to Uganda development.
But again, we evaluate and see how best implementation.
That's why I told you about implementation. You get, thank you very much. From paper to implementation.
Your last word to the viewers.
And then, TINDYEBWA, next time I think I'm going to have problems with coming here. Now, what he's saying, no, you see, you did not allow me, and I reached the point I said, let me withdraw. What he's talking about, and even what he's talking about, go to Dubai. Dubai, it's called Dubai Marina. It's built in the sea. They claim the sea. Go to the Netherlands. Look at those, their capital city is called what? The most important point is to develop, to make a development with a plan which is sustainable development, sustainable use of natural resources. If you are talking about this, what we are talking about, that land that I have in Ruzira, my plan is a marina, and to have a marina and to have water transport and to have water sports. We are not using the lake. We talked about these other, we did not talk about the water transport. How do the Kalangala people access the city? It is just dock at Gaba, dock at Port Bay, dock at wherever, but where are they docking? Are we developing these landing sites? Are the landing sites planned? No, I'm not going to allow it. So the issue of developing these areas, shorelines, as long as it's according to the plan. But the problem is that what he's talking about, and I agree with you, if you do not make, if even these poor people build their capacity, so that if they have those days, instead of developing slums, when you say like, say portable, build for them common user facilities. Build a landing site, a landing market.
Not in the wetland.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Where would you build a landing site? Would you put a landing site on top of the hill? A landing site, you have to be next to the lake. Where are you going to have the beaches? Where are you going to develop beaches? The beaches must be next to the lake. If we are talking about Miami Beach, which I own, let me develop Miami Beach in accordance with the law. When you look at this master plan that we are talking about, all those shorelines are supposed to be recreation. Have a recreation from all the way to Gaba and continues. Go to Bag City and see what it is. Go to Dubai Marina, see what it is. But the problem is that obsession, wetland. We must use these natural resources sustainably and according to the plan. So the people he's talking about, we should be building like, instead of saying that these people are not able, they are part of our city. We cannot dispense them. Have we built low-cost housing for them? That's what we should be doing. Nakawa Nagura, I agree with you. Too much corruption and what? Theft.
Please, thank you so
At
much.
Nakawa Naguru. That Nakawa Naguru was supposed to develop
I'm going to welcome you back again here. And
for
you
those
discuss
people,
this point.
those houses which were in Nakawa
Yes.
were actually condemned houses.
Yes.
So you remove these people who are living in these houses, you throw them out, and you say a developer is coming, he never develops. That land reverts back to Uganda Land Commission. Where have those people that you threw out, where are they? So we should be have planned and say that, let's have low-cost housing, flats. Even these people, when you are talking about these people in Katwe, these people in Churi. And on my final note, one of our biggest problems of housing within Kampala is the land tenure systems, where you have the land for Kabaka, then you have freehold, then you have Manyamairo, then you have where this land which is controlled by Kabaka, the central government has no authority in it.
But there is a provision for that.
No, but that provision of that, there is
Because
a clash,
I'm a member,
there is a clash of
I'm a member of
authorities.
building committee.
There is a clash of authorities.
I'm a member. Okay.
Taka lya Kabaka ndi muzana wa Kabaka. Abazana ba Kabaka baliberako. Go on these landing sites. You go to these landing sites like this one in Munyonyo, or it's called what? So where you are not having a central control authority on these development matters on land, and you are having different power centers.
Allow us that next time we bring the issue of land. I expect you to submission because it's wider and you have good information.
And that is why in Kampala,
Yes.
that's why you are having problems in Kampala. And finally, Kampala was not only, we need to have even another city in Nakasongora, Mukono. You get it? No.
Let me.
Thank you,
What I'm talking about
Protection.
are not these cities which we have
Yes,
just
come on.
created.
Protection.
Yes, come on.
It is unfortunate.
Yes.
I'm a member of building committee.
You have 1 minute, sir.
I'm a member of building committee. A building committee is responsible for approving all the plans for anyone to construct in Kampala.
Are you approving them?
Yes, we do.
What about these ones? It's talking
No.
about you have construction.
And actually, one of my primary
That's what
homework I'm
building
going
in
to
the
do,
lake.
one of my primary homework I'm going to do, I will first search for Honorable Nzachi's place whether it has an approved plan.
When are you?
Because
which
it's
one?
supposed to come from KCCA, and I'm a member
Which
of
one?
building committee. However,
Putbiri, I have a NEMA certificate to develop, of
this
course.
we have limited time. We cannot discuss matters.
We'll come back again for this topic.
Let me complete this statement. We cannot discuss in details about planning and development of buildings. Because as a Minister of Physical Planning at KCCA, as a member of building committee, there is a lot which we need to discuss. But only one statement I can make in this regard is to invite all the stakeholders in this regard, which includes NEMA. They have been discussing about the wetlands. Authority has to come from NEMA, and it is required to develop it. But you must acquire a NEMA certificate. I'm inviting National Building Review Board. I'm inviting National Physical Planning Authority. I'm inviting the Minister of Works. I'm inviting the Minister of Land and us KCCA. There is a lot we need to talk and discuss for implementation of this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable HAKIM KIZZA. Thank you so much, Honorable Kwera Mugisa. Thank you so much, Honorable Banyenza Chenre. It has been a very detailed talk with comprehensive views. And dear viewers, as we come to the conclusion, I want us to interest ourselves on how best we can improve Kampala to be a great city where everyone can be pleased to live in. And we have cited where there are challenges and where there are some steps taken. We don't blame the government. Where the government has done some great input to develop Kampala, we appreciate. But again, It is a serious note that has been presented before us and to the viewers, and with a number of views, policy views, being given as recommendation, so that we don't stay where we are, but we take it as a point to move to the next level. Those who are corrupt stop to be corrupt. Where there is a funding gap, we should now no longer have a funding gap. And with that, we all pray that we have Kampala as a city where every citizen can live in happily. Thank you for being with us to watch a good television, Smart 24. See you next Saturday. God bless you.